Yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another video. It's your boy here. Oh, that actually hurt. It's your man here. No, I don't class myself as a man. It's your man, person, boy thing here. It's me, it's Axel Williams. Do you remember Goosebumps, you know, the old TV series? We used to hide behind pillows when we were kids when we used to watch this stuff. I mean, it was terrible. You had, you know, the Camp Nightmare, the Haunted Mask, the Night of the Living Dummy Part 1 and 2 with Slappy. Used to be like, oh my god, I'm so scared, and now you watch it, it's like, I used to be scared of this shit, it's crap, it's rubbish. But yeah, Goosebumps, on a serious note, Goosebumps, it was pretty cool, wasn't it, when you were a kid? I mean, come on, a lot of things are scary when you were a kid. I can't even talk. A lot of things are scary when you were a kid, they really are. You know, Goosebumps was one of those things I used to watch when I was a young kid, and I used to sometimes go to bed and think, I hope that doesn't happen to me. I hope nothing's under my bed. Or I hope nothing's in that closet. I hope nothing's peeking at me from behind the curtain. I recently watched Goosebumps again, you know, because obviously they play some of the old TV series episodes on YouTube. And I'm not going to lie, I watched it again and I thought, oh, this would be cool. You know, this is kind of reliving my childhood here watching Goosebumps. This is fucking exciting. And I put it on and I thought, I used to... This shit. I mean, let's be honest, it was scary. The Night of the Living Dummy with Slappy, you know, I think it was part 1 and part 2 that has Anakin Skywalker in it from Star Wars. But yeah, Night of the Living Dummy was terrifying, wasn't it? I mean, imagine that one of your toys coming to life, or one of your dolls coming to life. It was terrifying. You had, what was it, Stay Out of the Basement episode, where the dad of the two kids was basically in his little miniature science lab in the basement, and he was working on something to become a plant. Or he was trying to turn himself into a plant, or turning people into plants. The kids catch him in the kitchen on that one episode, eating this green slime out of like this tub, and they're thinking, what the fuck is he eating? What's he doing? But I used to think when I was a kid, how freaky is that? I mean, imagine your dad's trying to become a plant. I don't know how that would work, but... And you had Camp Nightmare. Camp Nightmare, of course, where there was like this creature, this kind of werewolf creature lurking on this campsite. And no one knew where it was, and you've got like the camp boss, who was this big guy with a moustache, and he was always telling everyone, you know, just stay away from this area, but, you know, it's fine. You know, just keep to the trail, keep in groups of 3 or whatnot, and, you know, just be safe. I always remember the intro to Goosebumps where you got the guy walking on a hill with a hat on and a black cloak, and his suitcase opens up and the letters fly everywhere. And then the intro finished and you've got R.L. Stine. You've got R.L. Stine walking around a basement, and he's like, hello, I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books. All right, calm down. I'm Axel Williams and I make YouTube videos. You don't see me going on about it. But then he'd explain the episode. He'd say, oh, this episode is about the haunted mask. Carly Beth, she puts on a mask and there's a curse and all this stuff. And you'd literally be sitting there as a kid, tied to the chair. I mean, you'd be so engrossed in this stuff, wouldn't you? I mean, it was top of the range TV back in the day. But, you know, it's amazing really how you see something grow. Because I remember, you know, obviously I know they were all R.L. Stine books prior, and then it becomes a TV series for kids. You know, and then it's become a film, hasn't it? They've made a few films with Jack Black. So it's amazing to see the growth of it, and credit to R.L. Stine, credit to the, you know, the creators and creator of Goosebumps, because, you know, it is. I think R.L. Stine actually quoted calling himself the kids' version of Stephen King or something like that. He was the kids' version of Stephen King. Stephen King's obviously wrote some absolute classics, you know, Carrie, did he write Carrie? Is it Misery? Misery, Christine. I think he actually wrote Shawshank Redemption as well. I'm not comparing the two on any level whatsoever, you know. Stephen King's written brilliant books that became worldwide huge films. R.L. Stine basically wrote scary kids books that have been turned into, you know, a cheesy TV show and a couple of films. It's quite different. They're not the same, obviously, but there are some great ideas within the Goosebumps books. I'm not discrediting R.L. Stine at all. You know, the TV show, like I said, The Haunted Mask. You know, probably my favourite one actually, The Haunted Mask with Carly Beth. I like the fact that when you put the mask on more than twice, you can't get it off. I loved Night of the Living Dummy. You know, Slappy. You know, that was probably the most freaky episode. I remember watching those when I was, you know, quite young, and I remember being quite freaked out by the fact that a doll came to life. And you remember, you know, when you've got like teddy bears and toys in your room, and you just kind of stare at them then at night. You just look at them at night. That's what Goosebumps did, you know, to kids. It was a really creepy show, but it didn't go too far. It never went too far. It was just, you know, some good, creative, creepy ideas. But no, the reason I thought about making this video is because I was just thinking about it. I thought Goosebumps, yeah, I saw, I tend to, when I'm online, you know, on YouTube and stuff, and I'm listening to music, I tend to play, sometimes in my own spare time, I tend to play songs from old shows just for like nostalgia reasons, you know, like Knight Rider theme song, Goosebumps theme song, and it got me thinking, Goosebumps, I remember watching that when I was a kid. I wonder how many other people used to love that show. I imagine thousands of people, thousands of kids used to watch that show with their mum and dad, or, you know, with their siblings, and just used to kind of scare themselves and used to just love watching it. But so many of you are going to be able to relate just how good it was. There were so many episodes as well, wasn't there, of Goosebumps? It was like, I think it was like 1995 onward or something like that. So many great episodes though, weren't there? I mean, you know, this was basically like the pinnacle for kids, because you had Cartoon Network as well in the early 2000s. That was just fantastic, wasn't it? But guys, give me your thoughts on Goosebumps. Guys, how spoiled were we? They don't make shows like that anymore. We were so spoiled in the late 90s and early 2000s with the amount of quality there was for kids. You know, amount of quality TV shows that kids used to get in the early 2000s. You'd have to be one of those, you know, late 90s, early 2000s kids to understand it. I was an early 2000s kid. You know, there's a lot of, obviously, early 2000s kids out there that can probably relate to this and probably say, yeah, you're right. There was so much great kids' TV back then. It's not the same now. You know, Goosebumps Moon was just fantastic. But yes, guys, thanks ever so much. Subscribe to the channel, please. And, of course, leave your comments below and like the video as well. Guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I will see you soon for another video. It's over and out.